Hi, it's me, Audrey again, coming at you with another Audrey series video where we talk about the behind the scenes making of the importance of being Cecily. Thanks for watching. So maybe the first question that I should be asking myself and answering myself is why I chose to update and engage with the importance of being earnest. I like the play. I think that's fairly obvious. Nobody would do this kind of thing unless they liked the play, unless they were insane or masochistic, and I may be one of those things, but masochistic is definitely not one of them. The scene where Cecily is writing in her diary while she's being proposed to has always stuck out to me as one of the funniest and weirdest scenes of the play. And so when I got to grad school and I was going to write a paper about it, I was kind of shocked that nobody was really writing about Cecily or this moment. I got this idea too that the 21st century maybe creates space to think about Cecily in a more complex way because, you know, there are these other forms of mediation, and so you can kind of get further, or you can think more closely about the multiplicity of the human experience, because there is no one self. There are scholars that would actually condemn the idea that there is a stable human self, because, I mean, there isn't. In every person there's a sort of multiplicity of self, and that doesn't mean that any one version is inauthentic. It just means that it's different. In the play, Cecily forms ideas about love and selfhood from novels because that's the media that she's exposed to. And a 21st century girl is doing the same sort of thing, but they just have a ton of other media that they can expose themselves to. So Cecily, in the same way as a lot of teen girls on the internet, is kind of forming an idea of herself using media. And a lot of scholars with PhDs and infinitely more wisdom about the 19th century than me have written about how the importance of being earnest is kind of an entire play that's obsessed with identities. The importance of being earnest allows these characters to kind of act out identities. Cecily's doing it, Jack's doing it. And so it seemed appropriate to me, rather than write a paper or a thesis about Cecily in the importance of being earnest, it seemed appropriate to kind of act out her identity. So if we're to discover Cecily's identity through performing a role, we have to decide what Cecily's role is. She's a woman in love, or she would like to be a woman in love. She's playing at being a woman in love. And when I say young woman, I probably actually should say emerging adult. Scholars have kind of talked about the difference between a young tween adolescent and an adolescent that's about like 18 to 25 maybe. Cecily would be at the young end of the emerging adult because she is just 18. And understanding kind of emerging adulthood helped me to formulate a version of Cecily, or my version of Cecily, where she's kind of figuring out how to be a grown-up, and then maybe also a little embarrassed of how she used to act when she was 15, and also figuring out her place in the world as a whole, rather than just her place in her family. So she's kind of negotiating and experiencing, you know, where she fits inside the world. And the internet really blows up that world, because it's no longer just like, okay, where do I fit in my town? It's where do I fit in an entire globalized community? And Cecily, through this video diary and through her Instagram and all of the other forms of mediation, is determining where she fits. I think that will just about do it for today. Stay tuned on the Audrey series for more videos about the making of and conception of and agonizing over this project. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.